Kilo Mike 4 Delta Kilo Quebec.
Kilo Mike 4 Delta, and what's the rest?
Delta Kilo Quebec. Dog King Queen.
Roger, Roger, and what's the name there, sir?
Roger, the handle here is Cliff, Charlie Lima, India, Foxtrot.
Roger, Cliff, and what's your location, sir?
Roger, Newport News, Virginia, and I talked to you earlier this week, I think, Jim, on Wednesday.
Roger, and your location is Newport News, Virginia?
Roger.
Roger, and what radio are you running today, sir?
Roger, it's a Kenwood TS-2000. Yeah.
And GTO standing by.
Cliff, try again. You were had some interference. Try again.
Yeah, okay. It's a Kenwood TS-2000.
Kenwood TS-2000. Is that a Roger?
Roger, Roger.
Roger, and tell me just a little bit about your antenna system.
Okay, Roger. It's a Carolina Wyndham off-center fit dipole. The short version of, I think it's now 56 feet.
Roger that. Well, to begin with, Cliff, you might consider getting a windscreen for your microphone. You know, those are really pretty inexpensive, and they just do a beautiful job as far as straightening up any turbulence in, the plosives and, various problems. That's what I would suggest, getting a foam windscreen to slip over that mic. What mic is that?
Yeah, Roger, it's that Pro 7 headset. You know, it's curious you mentioned that, Jim, because that windscreen gets rotted.
Yeah, just faded out a little bit there, Cliff. Try again.
Yeah, Roger, it's curious about that windscreen. It just rotted and fell off the other day.
Roger. So, do you still have it? If you have it, what I would do with that boom mic is I would straighten it all the way out as far as it will go in front of you, just straight out in front of you, and then at the very last minute I would take a 90-degree turn. I would take a 90-degree turn on that boom, Roger.
Okay, how's that?
All right, that sounds cleaner. Now, what you need to do is go and check your ALC now, since you've adjusted the placement of that microphone. Probably the output isn't quite as much as it was. So go to your ALC with mic gain in hand, and then adjust your ALC now for mid-scale to 2/3. Roger.
Okay, Roger. How's that?
Well, the best way to set an ALC is just to speak naturally, like you're talking to me. Just kind of look over there as you're talking to me and adjust your mic gain. You don't want to make a separate kind of check for that to set that level. You don't want to go and all that. You just want to speak naturally, because you want that ALC to be mid-scale to 2/3 when you're speaking naturally. So in order to be able to get that, you have to speak naturally as you adjust it. And the magic meter reading is mid-scale to 2/3, with a sweet spot being absolutely between mid-scale to 2/3. But you have to have it plus and minus there to pass through the perfect spot. Roger?
Yeah, okay.
I think I've lost you. Do you still have a copy?
Yeah, okay. How now?
Well, you tell me. If you're mid-scale to 2/3, that's the perfect place. That's where you want to be. Are you also running your compressor at a 3?
Yes, Roger.
All right. Well, that's the magic thing. Compression at a 3, and then adjust your when you're speaking naturally. Adjust your ALC to mid-scale to 2/3 by way of mic gain control. Roger.
Yeah. Okay, Jim. I appreciate it. Appreciate that.
Roger, Roger. And if you get a chance, maybe you can order that from Amazon Prime or something instead of going down to your local music store. I'm not sure that they would be on the essential open business list. I'm not sure. You might make a phone call. You never can tell. But, I would suggest that you do get a foam windscreen for the microphone, Roger.
Yeah, well, I do have an extra one. I just haven't put it on.
Yes, sir. I think I had suggested that the other day to somebody that in fact you can run piggyback windscreens. You can run 2 windscreens, one over the other, and still not to have much problem as far as the frequency response, particularly on HF, so to speak. So, if you have a second windscreen, I would put one over the other, and we'll just see how it goes, Roger.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I appreciate that information, Jim. Thanks a lot.
Roger, Roger, Cliff. Well, let me say 3s to you, sir. You're sounding good there. Get that windscreen, and you'll be 100%. Always, though, even when you put that second windscreen on, go back to your ALC and just verify that you are running mid-scale to 2/3, and you know how to do that. You just speak naturally, and adjust that mic gain for that ALC to read that. Roger.
Yeah, okay, Jim. I'll do that. Thanks again. I tell you, it's a real pleasure talking with you. You're a real amateur pro there, bud. I appreciate it.
Roger, Cliff. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. You have a good day. 3s to you, sir, and have a great weekend.